Hey everybody, I know I hadn't put up a new video on the channel in a long time, but I've got some good footage to put up from different things. But anyhow, we're headed out this morning to see if we can rescue a 1954 Cat D2. That's a little pony start dozer. It is stuck. The main engine is stuck, the pony motor is stuck. All the linkages are stuck. I did get it to shift into neutral when I went out and looked at it originally. So hopefully it'll roll once we get there. I actually got some video footage to put up of my new toy, which is what we're going to use to go load this thing on the trailer with. I bought a brand new John Deere 50G excavator back in June, and the reason that I hadn't put up any videos lately is because that thing has had me busy as can be. So I've got some good footage of that. It's about due for its first oil change, so I'm gonna do an oil change video and just a review of that machine, what I like about it, don't like about it so far. But all in all, I've been pretty happy with it. But I'll see y'all shortly when we get there, and I'll do a walk around on that old cat, and then we'll see if we get some video of us loading it up. Here it is, everybody. Been sitting uncovered for a good long time. A D2 5U. We're gonna move some of this junk out from around it here and see if we can get her out of here. Got a Hyster D2 winch on the back. And like I said, when I first came up here to see about this thing, everything is stuck. Luckily that's in neutral. The transmission moves, it's in neutral. The steering clutch levers aren't stuck though, that's good. But that brake lever might be. And if it is, that's gonna be bad. Well, let's see what we can do with it. Alright, we got some of the junk cleared out. And got the brand new John Deere out here and got the blade picked up on this thing. We're gonna see if we can chain it up and get it out of here. Let's see if it moves any. Whew. No, sir. This might be a trick, y'all. We may have to take it out in pieces. Well, here we go, sports fans. We've got her broke loose and moving. Alright, everybody, we got that old D2 loaded up and carried to the house, and then I had to go back and get my shovel. That's the John Deere excavator, by the way. And that thing is a mess. It really is. I don't know if it's ever going to run again, but I'm going to sure give it a try. It's missing a lot of parts, though. I mean, all the major components are there, except it is missing the original seat, which on those model dozers, the seat, the fuel tank might have been on the back of the seat, or it might have had a fuel tank on the fender. Well, the trouble is it's missing the fenders too. We did finally get it to roll though. The tracks were stuck a little bit. One of the brake bands was stuck. We got it loosened up. I was really surprised about that. Sprayed everything down with Gibbs oil, which is about the greatest penetrating oil known to man. And got everything loosened up enough where it would roll, and finally jerked on it a couple of times and got it moving. And I had a friend of mine with me, and he rode it down the hill as I was pushing it, and rode it up on the trailer. We had one steering brake that would work enough to where we could steer it a little bit, and got it lined up and on the trailer, and then didn't have any issues getting it off back at the shop. So that's another one rescued in the books at the very least. Oh, that was a big old hole. At the very least, it didn't go to the scrapper, which was where it was going to be headed if I didn't want to do something with it. Okay, everybody, we got this thing home and off the trailer. I didn't get any video of getting it off the trailer just because we just hooked another machine to it and pulled it off. But this is what this sad, tired old girl looks like. Now, to actually get this thing loaded, I didn't get as much video of it as what I wanted to, but the brake bands were both stuck. This pedal still won't move, but I was able to take this plate off and back the brake band off enough to get it loose. The right brake pedal actually works. I didn't have any trouble with it. We actually used it to steer with a little bit when we were loading. So I did spray everything down with Gibbs oil while I was there. So hopefully, you know, here in the next little bit, some of this stuff will start freeing up some. That pony motor, I don't know if that was just hit or if that was cut with a torch or what. But anyhow, that tank ain't, looks like they had a piece of duct tape over it or something blocking that hole, but it's long since rotted. There's a couple of newish looking plug wires on there, but the pony's stuck, the big engine stuck. There's the oil pressure gauge, it's still attached. But this old crawler's just missing so much stuff. The fenders are gone, the original seat's gone. But luckily, it doesn't look like the block is busted. Now, they did take the lower radiator hose off of it, which is probably a real good thing. And the lady that I got this from, her husband had owned it, told me that he took that lower radiator hose off and they used it for an oil, or not oil, for the drain hose on their sink. And I was looking at that oil filter canister there and got my brain discombobulated for a minute, but they've cut those two oil lines that come out of there. I'm betting that they used to go right there to the radiator for an oil cooler. Now, I did pull the dipstick the other day when I was out there, and this engine is full of water. So we've got oil halfway up the stick, and you know, the full mark's about 2 inches from the end of the stick, so it's a sad case. But it is possible for it to run again, so we're going to do the best we can on it and try and get it going. There's stuff, little bits of chain here and there everywhere. I don't know really if the lady I got it from knows when the last time it ran or not was, but she acted like it hadn't ran in about 10 years, and I think it's been longer than that. Just looking at the whole thing, though, it looks to be in pretty decent shape. I hadn't seen any places that look like the block may have frozen, busted, and nothing like that. So if nothing else, maybe it's a good engine. The radiator and mount and grill and all that looks like it's okay. That old blade's seen better days, what's left of it. Now, something interesting, and maybe if there's any cat collectors out there that can help me out on this, if you look at the serial tag, now this is 5U13206, but we've got Spanish right there, and then down here a lot of stuff in Spanish. So I don't know, was this a tractor that was made for export at one time and somehow found its way back here to the hills of North Georgia, or was that on all of them? I just don't know. I'm normally a John Deere guy, so if there's any cat collectors out there that know anything about that, I'd appreciate a little information on it. I don't know what this was, if that was supposed to be an hour meter or something like that. You can't read it, whatever it is. What was supposed to be the fuel pressure gauge is, I guess it's not in there anymore, or it's broke or gone, or who knows. Like I said, the throttle's stuck tight as it can be, and it's missing the handle for the pinion clutch and brake. Nothing moves. It's all stuck. A couple of the hydraulic hoses are broke. The tracks were stuck pretty tight too. I had to oil them down good. We had to dig them out of the ground a little bit, and I had to jerk on it with the big John Deere shovel there a couple of times to ever get it moving. But then it turned pretty freely once we got it moving. And it's got that old D2 winch on the back with a couple of choker slides for, I guess they were logging with this at one point in time. A couple different ones. That's pretty cool. Looks like there was a cover gone for that winch, so there's no telling how much water's ran down in it through the years and frozen, busted, or no telling what. We'll see, all in time. So I guess my next big plan for this is to get it pushed wherever it is going to be that it's going to sit for a while, and I'm just going to start spraying everything down with diesel fuel. And I do have the hood for it, and the radiator shroud, and the front big heavy steel grill guard that went over the hydraulic tank and everything at the front here. So we'll just start picking it apart one piece at a time, and hopefully eventually it'll roar to life once again. Well, I appreciate it. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out on the channel here. Even if it's just one word that says hey, if you comment on it, it helps us out here and helps bring these videos back to the top for people that aren't subscribed yet. And we'll see y'all next time. I'll leave yous on the Caterpillar.